Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Community Connection with Russell Haber of the Russell Haber Group at eXp Realty in Las Vegas. And today we have someone very special with us, Alex Johnson. She is the owner of Vegas Strong Junk Removal. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Awesome. I love the background there. Nice.
Thanks. Yeah. Trying to always promote our community message, right?
Yes, that's what this is all about. Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
So tell me about your business. Tell me what you do. Tell me all about it.
So Vegas Strong Junk Removal is a full service junk removal business, operates all throughout the valley. We're located here in the Southwest, but we operate all throughout the valley through North Las Vegas, Henderson, and everywhere. We do a lot of work for residential properties and also for commercial properties. So we work with a lot of businesses and property managers, a lot of realtors. The realty market is booming right now, obviously. So people are in and out. If you're lucky enough to secure a property, they're hard to come by, but if you're lucky enough to secure a property, there's a lot of moving in and out. So typically, especially if you've been in your home for a long time, which a lot of people who are selling right now have been, because now is such a good time to sell. If you've been there for 20 years, you know, you've probably accumulated a lot of stuff in random parts of your house that is just garbage, really. So you can just call us to come pick it up. If you're moving and you don't want to take everything with, you can always call us to come pick that up. If you're a realtor and you have a client that left some stuff behind on a closing, we do that. We did one of those yesterday. We had a client that they had a client that had left a bunch of things behind, even a trampoline, a very large trampoline, and called us up. You know, my client doesn't want their stuff in their house, so can you get it before they move in? So yeah.
So how did you get started in this business? How long have you been doing it for?
So this business opened in 2019. Junk removal is, you know, fairly new for myself, but I saw a need in the market to get something more community based, because a lot of the big companies, so with junk removal, there's a couple different sections. There's like the really big companies who are, you know, nationwide, and then you're not getting that small business connection, so you never really know who's coming out to your house or what employees they have working that day. So you're never going to get that with a big company. And then on the other end of that, there's like random people with a truck and a trailer that will call and come and dump your stuff in the desert. So I wanted a business that was licensed, insured, you know, so I can work with there's a lot of with the HOAs and things like that. These unlicensed people, they can't go in there. So I mean, you know, that's something that might work for them as a side hustle, but it's not a true business, right?
Wow.
We have to have insurance to be able to go into these $1 million businesses, right? So anyways, I wanted to find kind of a happy medium for people so we could keep our prices reasonable and also work in these big networks and outlets within the community.
That is so interesting you say that about the business. So what else is something that people don't know about your business? I mean, I didn't realize about the whole entire, I mean, call me a novice, if you will. I use junk removal companies, but I'm assuming that a lot of them are licensed. But I mean, what are some other things about the business that most people wouldn't know about?
A lot of people think that their stuff is like donatable, I guess. That's one of the things, which I mean, we do try to donate as much as possible. However, some stuff just really isn't usable anymore, even if it does. That's the problem. Things have sentimental value for people. So like, oh, I really want to donate this. But I mean, you know, that this box TV from 1990 really isn't serving people, you know.
What? Are you talking about technology is cyclical? That's all going to come around right now. You're going to see big boxes very soon. It's retro. No.
And like, they don't connect to anything. You can't connect this to your Apple. You can't connect it.
You can't connect it to Alexa. Alexa, turn on this large box. No?
No, unfortunately, no. So those are the things, even if they're still working, I mean, it does, we have to be able to just let go of some things sometimes.
So tell me, what are your customers, I mean, business, I mean, commercial and residential, what do they love most about your business compared to, you know, anyone else?
I would say definitely which the thing that we get the most is efficiency. Obviously, time to me means everything. I'm a
Hmm.
very scheduled person. I absolutely despise being late. It makes
Hmm.
me sick. There's probably been only a handful of times I've had to call customers. I'm so sorry I'm running late, but I
Hmm.
mean, I make it a purpose to be on time and ready. So definitely efficiency. Most people, this is something that a lot of people don't realize, I guess, also is how quickly it happens. I think I would say at least 90% of people mention, oh my God, that was so fast. Because, I like to be in and out, in and out. I don't want to waste anybody else's time. Certainly don't want to waste my own time. So, yeah, we
Wait, you mean
operate very quickly.
you don't give them a 2-day window to show up? No.
No, definitely. That's another thing too. Like people like, when can you come? I do try to offer same day service as much as possible. It's not always
Yeah.
possible, but I do try and offer that. And people are very surprised by that on the phone as well. Like, oh, wow, you can come today. Like, yeah, I would love to come today if I can. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. Well, what about then? Tell me, tell me the most challenging job you had, and then tell me the most like I don't know, rewarding or something that felt good. You know what I mean? Like you have so many jobs that you go on, right? Like what was the craziest, most challenging one, and what was the one that we were like you felt good at the end of it because you're really helping someone?
Um, wow, we have a lot of crazy jobs. A lot of crazy jobs. I
How
would say
dare
one
you?
of them that was definitely most insane was a property clean out for, unfortunately, these wonderful people that lived out of town. This was their vacation property, and squatters had taken over.
Oh,
And so it was relatively near the airport. And so they were also stealing luggage from the airport and
no
bringing this
way.
all back to this property. So there was
What?
a ton of stuff there that we had to remove in addition to just the damages that they did, removing things like that. We also removed like carpet and things like that. Anyways, we had been there in this, it was a large home. We had been there in this property for at least 45 minutes, even in this particular room. And all of a sudden, this woman jumped out of the closet and just headed for the front door.
Oh my God.
Past everyone, like, hey, I'm out of here. So
What?
the way that this community was set up, you kind of had to circle back. So she ended up coming back through, and the homeowner was there with us at the time and had, called the police or whatever. So when she had to come back down past us again, she just again hightailed it out of there. So that was a really interesting, very interesting one. And actually, the story that the next door neighbor told me after that was even more interesting. Somebody came out at her with a syringe in her shower one day when she came home. So just
What?
wild and crazy Vegas. You know how it is. um, as far as rewarding, I don't know. I get to know a lot of my customers
Hmm.
as far as their repeat, we come back and see them again and see us again.
Yeah.
So anytime that we can help them out and be able to be there for them right when we need them, those are always extremely rewarding. I've made a lot of friends actually from the business, just people that I hang out with regularly, realtors that I hang out with regularly, and just really nice, wonderful people.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Vegas. I've loved Vegas from the second, well, even before I moved here, I loved Vegas. So it's just
Where'd you come from?
Chicago.
What?
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago.
Really?
Where are you from in Chicago? You're probably
So the
from real Chicago.
southwest side, and then I moved to the suburbs, Aurora, if you know where that is, and then I
Yep.
moved again to Wisconsin. So, oh
So I grew up in Mount Prospect, Arlington
yeah, my
Heights.
grandma lived there.
Yep. And then I moved. So weird. We live in Southern Highlands
I know.
together, and we lived in Chicago. It's like so insane. I grew up in Mount Prospect, then Arlington Heights, and then I moved to Lake in the Hills. And I've ever heard
Oh
of that.
yeah, I know that as I had an office near there. I'm also a clinical therapist, so I had an
Oh,
office there as
yeah.
well.
And then I moved to Palatine, and
Oh, I know
then
that.
we moved here in 2015. And my only regret is I wish I moved here sooner.
Listen
Like,
to this. I moved here in 2015.
oh, good Lord. What is this? This is getting weird. God, you don't have a syringe on you, right? I'm kidding. That's awesome. Sorry, I had to stop on that there. So tell me, what are the plans for business over the next year? What kind of goals do you have? What are you looking to
Yeah.
do?
Definitely, just trying to grow the business, get in touch with more property management companies, more realtors, and show them the benefits of just being in constant communication with us. We work with, like I said, we work with a lot of them, and we're very, very responsive. And I know that people really like that, and that we can get things done really quickly. So just trying to grow in that way, grow maybe potentially some more trucks, so we can be out in more places. And then obviously one of my huge goals in general with the business, and it has been like I said, the message with the business is the community. So always giving back to the community in many ways as I can. Like I said, I try to donate things to the community where I see a need. I mentioned I'm a therapist as well, so I work with a lot of group homes. I do a lot of donations to that. So.
Oh, wow. Very nice. So do you have any specials for customers, realtors, things like that? Anything that we could relay?
Definitely. So we always offer a realtor discount when we're working with realtors. That's just in general.
Nice. I like that.
And then we have the summer special going on. So if you mention the summer special, if you spend $200 or more, we'll give you a $25 gift certificate to use if you want to use it that same day, or you can use it the next time or give it to a friend,
So where can everyone reach you at? Like, what's the best, like, social, website, all those things so everyone can get in touch with you?
Yeah, definitely. So we do have a website. So you can Google that and Google Vegas Strong Junk Removal. You'll see it come up. Instagram is one of my biggest platforms. I'm extremely responsive on there and I love it. So I love to post. If you want to watch ours, that's where you see some of the crazy stuff happen, is in the stories on Instagram.
Oh yeah? Oh wow.
That's where the good stuff. If you want to find the good stuff, that's where it is, in the stories on Instagram. But if you want to DM us through there, very responsive. Facebook as well. However, Facebook sometimes lags on sending messages. So I hate that because it makes it seem like I have a downtime, but I don't. Like, they just sent me this message. So I don't appreciate that about Facebook, but I will definitely get back to you as soon as I get it. Calls, texts, 702-305-0259 is the number. If you want to call me, text me, get back to you right away on that. The Gmail, vegasstrongjunkremoval@gmail.com. We can take inquiries through there, try to get back to those as soon as possible. But yeah, texting, calling, we'll get back to you right away.
And she's super responsive, everyone. I literally texted her and it was like, she was like a realtor. She was like in 2 seconds, I'm like, am I talking to myself? This is insane. So
yes, that is definitely always the goal. If we're not responding, then there's something wrong. Either that or just like crazy busy. But yeah, I definitely try to get back immediately. It makes me sad when I see that somebody that I missed a call, to be honest. I don't like that at all.
And we'll post everything in the links as well in the description, everything, so everyone can have it, but it's good. So so tell me, what brought you out here from Chicago?
I visited Vegas when I turned 21 and just fell in love. I had a friend here who lived in Lake of Las Vegas at the time, which was brand new. But so I came out here and stayed for 2 weeks just to hang, kind of have finally a vacation. I've worked really hard throughout my life. So this is one of the times that I had just finished undergrad. I graduated undergrad when I was 21. So I was like, all right, let me stay. Yeah, I did it really fast.
She's a go-getter, everyone. She's a go-getter. Seriously.
So I wanted to, have myself a vacation. So I came out here and had the best time. And I was like, all right, it's kind of was always in the back of my head. And then I went to grad school and then had to finish all of that stuff up. And then by the time I was fully licensed in Illinois, I knew I wanted to move. I just wanted to finish everything there first as far as clinical stuff, because it's hard to transition in between. So I wanted to finish all that. And so the second, I'm not kidding you, the second I was done, I came to Vegas.
I believe you. Like, as soon as you're like, is this done? Are we done here? And then we're like, yeah, we're done. We're like, okay, I'm gone. Yeah.
I had already applied for licensure in Nevada. I'm like, just come on, tick, tick, tick. I was ready.
So what brought you to Southern Highlands of all the areas? Your friend lived in Lake Las Vegas. What drew you to Southern Highlands?
I love Southern Highlands. I'm not really sure I think people will probably understand this. If you go a place and you just feel kind of at home, at peace.
Yeah.
There's a couple places in the world that do that for me. Chicago is one of them. Every time I go home to Chicago, and then when I got to Southern Highlands, I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I just kind of feel it. When I moved here, I lived in North Las Vegas, kind of near Nellis.
Yeah.
By this, out by the Speedway really far. So I got to know the north side really well, and I've worked over there as well for a long time. And so when I was looking where I really wanted to buy a home, be at, in a home, Southern Highlands just really felt right. It's a small community, I would say, but like the best community.
Yeah, no, I understand completely, because I mean, I live in Southern Highlands too, and it doesn't feel like you're even in Vegas.
Yeah.
You're in Southern Highlands. It's I feel like it's a hidden gem. I know a lot of people probably feel like everywhere they live is a hidden gem, and that's good, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing. When we moved here, we went all over the whole valley.
Yeah.
I mean, every inch of it, from Lake Las Vegas up to north, to Centennial Hills, Summerlin, we went all the way through, and it was the same thing. Like I love how green it is too. What I mean? It's so green and lush.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm a runner, a long distance runner. So Southern Highlands, I make that big loop if you take Southern Highlands Parkway out to the M and then back down to Cactus and then all the way around. That's you can get a good 10 miles out of that. So it's a really good running area and really safe. I love that about Southern Highlands. I've always felt really safe. The security guards always wave to me when I run. Like, I just always feel comfortable. Even, I'm not kidding, like 1 a.m, I'll go running at 1 a.m. and still feel fine. So
that's awesome. What are some favorite restaurants or things you like to do in Southern Highlands around town? Like, what do you enjoy?
Yeah. So
when you're not running at 1 a.m.
Well, yeah, if you run at 1 a.m, sometimes you see Floyd out there training, because that's when he runs also. So
oh wow, how about that?
If you see his driver behind him, there he is right up there. Anyways, the restaurants in Southern Highlands are great, and there's a lot of things that are really coming up in Southern Highlands. If you haven't been there recently, check it out, because there's a lot of new things. Mama Bird is one that I've been going to a few times, too many recently.
That's why you're running at 1 a.m. I mean, come on.
It's so good though. They're so good, and they're expanding. So, I think by the end of the summer, they're going to have a lot more space to fit more people there. So that'll be really good. Of course, Spaghetti Western, David is really nice over there, always treats everybody right. They have amazing food. So I don't know, there's a lot of things in Southern Highlands that are really nice. There's a lot of community events in Southern Highlands that are really nice. There's a farmer's market in Southern Highlands that's really nice. There's all kinds of things that just fits with my kind of lifestyle.
Yeah. Have you been to Rise and Shine?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Rise and Shine has the best steak and eggs.
Oh, I don't eat steak, so that's probably
you're a better person than me.
No red meat, but but yeah, that's definitely a catch.
Yeah, everything. I mean, when me and my wife go, she always gets some kind of omelet, but their steak and eggs. If anyone is a steak and eggs fan, honest to God, like, their steak and eggs is fantastic. And I say that being that I've been to every place you can imagine, from $100, $150, $200 steaks, and I kid you not, their steak and eggs is excellent. I'm like, this is such a deal. So
that's one of the best things too about Vegas is when like the local secrets, you can get the best things just from talking to people.
People always ask me, like, oh, do you go to the Strip? I'm like, I only go to the Strip when people force me to go to the Strip.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I don't have to. Once you live out here, right, you start learning the spots, learning where to go, and it's like, why would I spend $100 and some odd dollars when I can get,
definitely, when you can get something better at a better price point. I mean, there's definitely reasons to go to the Strip. Of course, I'm going to go to the Bellagio and look at the conservatory every couple months, because, that's amazing. But I mean, like you said, if people are not coming into town, the Strip is it's a lot.
So do you see yourself staying in Southern Highlands, or where is this your spot here, or do you see you going elsewhere?
I would love to stay in Southern Highlands as far as finding the correct land and everything that I need. I don't know if that's going to be entirely possible, just because, like we've talked about, Southern Highlands is a really small community with, mostly HOA land and things like that. So it might be a little bit difficult to stay here forever. I definitely don't want to move far, because this is
Why
something
don't you
that we
go
didn't
over?
mention.
Yeah, what didn't you mention?
Something that we didn't mention about Southern Highlands is the access. Like, even though we're at the far, end of the valley, we have access to the 15, and it gets us places so fast. So I
Oh
can
yeah.
be pretty much anywhere, unless we're talking about, far hills or somewhere really, really north. Like, I can be anywhere really, really fast. And that's amazing for business as far as efficiency, right? So
That's why I picked it too. I'm sitting there. I'm like,
right.
I can go up St. Rose Parkway, right? I'm over in
Yeah.
Henderson, or I can go to 15. I can get to LA if I wanted to get away. It's
Yep.
just like, it's a perfect spot with it.
It really is.
Yeah. So anything else you want to share with everyone out there about the business, personal life, any other personal goals you have going besides getting an island in Las Vegas?
Well, talking about running, yeah, just like I said, started training again. So the Red Rock, I'm gonna do the half marathon will be my
Cool.
first big race back. And then of course, the Vegas Strong race that Just Run puts on every year. We were a sponsor last year or 2 years ago
Nice.
for that. So and I've ran every year since they began putting that on. It's an amazing race. So that'll be like my first race back, which is in October, obviously, to commemorate. But then the big run will be, my first one back will be Red Rock, which is amazing. Anybody that's a runner, you should look into Calico Racing. They have amazing races in Red Rock. Is very, very difficult because the elevation is up and down and up and down. So it's an extremely difficult race, but it's so rewarding. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
God, you are the most ambitious go-getter. If anyone wants to go run and do marathons, hang out with Alex. If anyone wants to hang out and have steak and eggs, talk about real estate.
Hey man, I like to eat too. Anytime anybody wants to eat, sign me up.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for coming on. It was great, and I wish you all the best. And I think obviously you're doing amazing. You're going to do even better. Thank you so much for coming on. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Reach out to Alex. We'll get all of her links and everything in there so you can get in touch with her. You can tell by just talking with her, she gets things done. So reach out to her. Okay. Everyone, have a great day. Take care. Bye.